Hi everyone, this is Santosh Kumar DK, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Canara Engineering College, Mangaluru. I am going to discuss Computer Organization course with subject code 18CS34. In this course, we'll study the organization of the digital computer, the peripheral connections, memory organization, and also the little bit discussion about ALU and CU working. The study material regarding this course is available on the given website. Hi everyone. In this video, we'll discuss module number 4, arithmetic. In the last discussions, we have seen number and arithmetic operation, addition and subtraction of signed numbers, designing a fast adder, multiplication. In multiplication, there are two cases. One is multiplication of positive number and multiplication of signed numbers. We have seen multiplication of positive number in the previous video, where we have seen a best technique to do that is a sequential multiplication. So in this video we will discuss about signed number multiplication and a faster technique for that. See first how we are going to calculate using the normal school day method, that is 45 and negative 34, where 45 is the multiplicand and 34 is the multiplier. And in the previous video I have already told you, whenever we are going to get a negative values, even either for addition or subtraction or multiplication, so what you have to do here is you have to find the negative version of this in binary. How to find the negative version of this in binary? First find 34 in binary and find the 2's complement for that in binary, then you will get a value, and where you have to add extra bit to the value, that is sign bit. 0 represents positive number, 1 represents negative number, and this is a negative version of 34. And if I start multiplying 45, this is the positive 45 with the negative 34 with our regular school day technique, this is what is the answer we are going to get. That is, when I multiply 45 with 0, I'll get 0, and when I multiply 45 with 1, it is 45. Again, when I multiply with 45 with 1, it is 45. When again I multiply 45 with 1, I'll get 45. When again I do the same, I'll get 45. When I multiply 45 with 0, I get 0, and finally I'm having a 1. I'm multiplying 45 with 1, I'll get this value. And let me add this. In each stage I should get the partial product. I got 0 as it is, and this is 1 as it is, 1 as it is, 1 plus 1, it is 0, carry will be 1 over here. Carry is 1, plus 3, it is 4, 4 means 1 0 0, I have written 0 over here, and 1 0 will be carry. I'll write it better. Yeah. Now we got 1 0, we got 1 0, and here with this part I got 1 0, so 0 I have written, carry will be 1. Now 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. By adding all these I'll get 4. 4 means in binary it is 1 0 0. So I have written 0 over here, and 1 0 will be carried to the next level. Here I am already having 2. 2 plus 2 is 4 again. I will write 0, and I am going to write 1 0 as a carry. Now you can check out, I am having 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, it is 4. 4 plus 2, it is 6. 6 in binary it is 1 1 0. So I am writing here 0 and 1 1 will be the carry to the next stage. Next again you can check, 1 plus 1 it is 2, plus 3 it is 5. 5 means in binary it is 1 0 1. So I am writing 1 here, and carry will be 1 0. Next 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 2 carry, I am getting 4. I am writing 0 here, and carry will be 1 0. Again 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 2 is 4. I am writing 0 here and carry will be 1 0. And out of this carry I am writing 0 here, and this will be a carry to the next stage, because I can represent only one bit in a given time. And now 1 plus the carry from the previous stage, it is 1 0. I am writing 0 here and 1 will be carry here, and 1 I have written as it is because it's added with a 0. Now this one is not required. Yes, now I have got this value. Let me check what is the answer. Actually, what answer I got, if I convert this to a decimal, it is 3961, which is a wrong value. Actually, I should get an answer minus 1530. This is what is the wrong thing with regular school day technique, where we are not getting the correct answer, we are getting a wrong answer over here, but the correct answer should be this. So how to get this? How to get the correct answer when you are performing a signed multiplication? The signed multiplication solution is given by the Andrew Donald Booth, who is basically from UK, and he worked with John von Neumann. You might have heard about this scientist who is a revolutionary for the computer, who found a stored procedure concept, and he worked with them, and he is the first person to manufacture magnetic drum memories for early computer in the generation 1 computer, because we are using computer so popular today because of the concept of stored procedure, which is the main person behind that is John von Neumann. If you are gone through the generations of computer, you will learn about his contribution to computer world, and he is the one among the team who was working with them, and he also gave a technique for signed number multiplication, where there are 4 cases. One can be positive multiplicand, positive multiplier, which we can even do with the sequential multiplier. But this technique, this algorithm even has a solution for both positive operands. And the second one is a multiplicand is positive, multiplier is negative. And the third one is multiplicand is negative and multiplier is positive. The last one is both multiplicand and multiplier are negative. Let's see the steps. There are 4 basic steps. A simple step which is easy to apply in a given computer. First, what we have to see, we have to check whether M or Q, that is multiplicand or multiplier, is negative. Then find the 2's complement of the respective negative number. So what we have to do, we have to find the 2's complement. Why we have to find the 2's complement? Because that is the negative version of the given number in computer. That is how we are going to represent. Then after that, so once after you find the binary version of them and you check for the negative, whether the numbers are negative. Once they are, if they are negative, find the 2's complement. Otherwise, don't find the 2's complement. Next, find the recorded multiplier. Find the recorded multiplier, which we call it as a Q dash, by referring to the Booth recording table. We are having a truth table, so by referring to that, we have to find a new Q, that is Q dash, from the Q. Multiply with 2 n-bit extended for each partial product. See, in the multiplication, I already told you, if you are having n-bit values, the result will be 2 n-bit, which we have seen even in the sequential multiplier. So what we have to do here is, we have to multiply with the extended 2 n-bit. It means each partial product will be having 2 n-bits. It is not that we are going to only shift, we will be having 2 n-bits, and the partial product sign bit is going to be the value for the remaining bits. I will explain with the example. If there is -1 in the recoded multiplier, then again you have to find the, if you are going to multiply anything with a -1, the sign of that will change. So what you have to do in such case, you have to find the 2's complement of the multiplicand. And finally, the product will be of 2 n-bits, as like sequential multiplier. This is the steps you have to remember. The same steps I am going to apply and we are going to solve all the 4 cases. First, before getting into the solution, let's first see the truth table for both recording Q dash. So if the bits, the bit number previous bit and the next bit is 0 0, then the answer will be, new multiplier answer will be 0. It means multiplicand will be multiplied with 0. If the previous bit is 1 and the next bit is 0, then it is multiplied with positive 1. And if the previous bit is 0 and the next bit is 1, then it is multiplied with negative 1. If both the bits, previous and the next bits, are 1, then it is multiplied with 0. It means when you are having same values on the both the bits, it is going to give you 0, and when it is moving from 1 to 0, then it is positive. When it is moving from 0 to 1, it is negative. Let's see. See, this is the value. I will just show you how to find the Q dash. First, when you are starting, this is the first bit, consider. I don't have a 0 before that, because it says you have to have a previous bit before that. For that, what we do is, we are going to assume there is a 0, because initially you can add 0. By adding 0, it's not going to affect the values, right? So what we are going to do here is, we are going to assume there is a implied 0 and find a combination of this based on the truth table. If previous bit is 0, then next bit is 0, then answer is 0. And next, if the previous bit is 0 and next bit is 0, yes, it is 0. Previous bit is 0 and next bit is 1, minus 1. You can check out 0 to 1, it is minus 1. Previous bit is 1, next bit is 1, then it is 0. You can see over here. And previous bit is 1 and next bit is 0, then it is positive 1. And previous bit is 0 and next bit is 1, negative 1. Again 1 to 0, it is positive 1. 0 to 1, it is minus 1. And 1 to 1, it is 0. 1 to 1, it is 0. 1 to 0, it is positive 1. 0 to 0, it is 0. 0 to 1, negative 0. Negative 1. 1 to 1, it is 0. 1 to 0, it is positive 1. 0 to 1, it is negative 1. 1 to 0, positive 1. 0 to 0, it is 0. This is how you have to find the new Q dash. You should remember only this truth table. You need not to worry about how this is there. Like, again, you will get more examples in the next coming discussion. Let's take a positive multiplicand and positive multiplier. Both are positive. Let's take an example, 13 multiplied with 6. That is, the answer should be 78 in decimal. So first, check whether any of the M or Q, this is M and this is Q, whether they are negative. No, they are not negative. So I will write the negative, binary version of 13, that is 1101, and it's mandatory how to have a sign bit, because it's a positive number, sign bit is 0. And when it comes to 6, 1, 1, 0, but both the bits should be equal. That's why what I have, both the numbers should have a equal bits. So that's why what I have done is, I have added one more 0, and this is a sign bit. By adding zeros, it's not going to, in the previous, before the bits, it's not going to change the value of the number. That's why we can add a number of zeros to make sure both the M and Q are having equal number of bits. Next, apply the both recoding on Q, whatever we are having here, 0 0 1 1 0. That is what I have written, 0 0 1 1 0. And I told you, you have to assume there is a 0, which we call it as a implied 0. So when you are going to take a implied 0, and if you are starting, so you should take a pair of these two. So when you take a pair of these two, according to truth table, so when it is 0 and 0, the new Q will be 0. And 0 to 1, when it is 0 to 1, then the new Q will be negative 1. And 1 to 0, 1 to 1, it is 0 again. And 1 to 0, it is positive 1. And 0 to 0, it is 0 again. This is what is the new multiplier we got. Rather than multiplying a given number with 0 0 1 1 0, 0 0 1 1 0 here, what we are going to do is, we are going to multiply with 0, positive 1, 0, negative 1, 0. We are going to multiply with this, and we will be getting the correct answer, what it should be, if you are going to do the even though you can apply sequential algorithm on this, sequential multiplication algorithm on this, you'll get the same answer, but the way you deal with respect to these in sequential is different compared to Booth multiplication. Booth multiplication is little faster than sequential when we are performing manually. Yes. Next we'll see how to do this. Let's take up M. M is as it is. Q is chain now. I call it as a Q dash. Let's start multiplication. So first, what I'm doing, I'm going to multiply M with 0. So here, how many bits number it is, you have to see. It is, you can count any of the number bits like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is having 5 bits. Even they should have same. So now my answer should be 2n bit. Each partial product, whatever I'll write over here, it should be 2n bit. It means it should have 10 bits. This is what is the first rule of your Booth algorithm. So what I will do now, I will be multiplying m with 0. So now answer should be 0, but that I have to represent in 10 bits. That is what I have done. And you have to see here, these 4 bits are from the number 1101. 1101 is multiplied over there. So I got 0 over here. This is the 0, the additional 0 what I have written here. This is the sign bit. And whatever your sign bit is there, whatever is there over here, will be the same value in the remaining bits. Remaining n bits whatever I have extended. These are the n bits and these are all the additional n bits what I have extended. And these values are purely based on the sign bit of the remaining bits what I have taken over here. So here the sign bit is 0, so I am marking with 0. Next, multiply this with -1. So when you multiply any number with any positive number with negative -1, so what happens? The answer will be negative value. So because I am changing the sign. So when you are going to get a negative value, so this is positive, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1 is a positive. So what is the negative version of this? So again, you have to find the 2's complement of the 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. So this is the answer I got. If I apply a 2's complement on this, I have discussed in the first video how to find the 2's complement in a shortcut way. So keep the first until you will get first bit as 1, you keep as it is, and remaining bits, now it is 1 as it is, and remaining all bits will be having a 1's complement, that is 1, 0, 0, 1. Now this is the negative m. So now what I have to do, the answer is negative m. So that is what I am writing over here, and you can see this is negative m whatever I have written, and this is the sign bit, and this sign bit will be extended. These bits are called sign bit extension. So this sign bit is extended in the remaining bits, and I am not shifting here. My answer should be of 10 bits. So I will be ending with only 10 bits. I need not to go with one extra bit over here, because the count from this bit to this bit is having 10 bits. Next, what I am having? I am having 0. So now what I have to do, again I will multiply with 0, as like your normal technique. I will shift, but I will be ending with maximum 10 bits over here. So the answer should be 0. And you can notice here, this is the sign bit, the sign extended. Next, positive 1. Now positive 1 is m is multiplied with positive 1. It is nothing but it is a positive m only. So I'll be getting 0, 1, 1, 0, 1 in the next partial product over here. And you can notice the sign bit of this is 0. So because of that, this remains 0. But in this case, sign bit was 1. So that's why it is extended with 1. Here, that is not the case. I am having a positive m. That's why I am going to get zeros over here. And this is the sign bit. These two are extension of the same. Next, I am having 0. So I'll get 0. Sorry, I have to remove this. So consider 1 minute. This is not there. Yeah. Even though it is there, it's not going to change the value, because it is going to be a 0. Yes. Next we will see how to find the final value. As like our school day technique, what I will do is I will add. So first, once I add, I'll get 0, and 0 and 1 is 1. 1 is 1. and here also 1 is there, so 1, and it is 0, and it is 1 and 1, it is 1 0, 0 is written here, and carry will be 1, and carry is 1 plus 1 2 plus 1 3, 3 means 1 1, I have written 1 here, and carry will be 1 over here. 1 is added with 1, it is 1 0, so 0 is written here, carry will be 1. Again 1 is added with 1, it is 1 0, 1 is written here, carry will be 1. Again 1 is there, 1 plus 1 is 1 0, 0 is written here, 1 I have to write here, but I need not to worry about that one because it's a more than 2n bits. Whatever you get more than 2n bits, I don't have to consider that. Here actually there should be a 1 according to this, because it is 1 0, I have to write 0 here and 1 should be here, but I don't have to worry about this because I have to consider only 2n bits. This is the 2n bit value I have got. Let's see whether the answer is correct. So check, first I am multiplying a odd number with a even number, of course answer should be a even number. Now you can check, yes, by this only you can say yes, it's a even number, and now you add it 2, 4, 8 and 64 will give you 64 plus 14 will give you 78. Yes, now we got the correct answer. Hope this is clear to you. If you have understood how to find this new q and what is -1 means and how we are going to extend these bits, that is the only key factor of Booth algorithm. The second case where we are going to find a multiplication of positive multiplicand and negative multiplier. This is where we were not able to find the answer with our school day technique in binary, right? So we'll see that. So I'm having 13 as like before, it's a positive number, no need to worry. Find the binary version of it, and it is -6. So the 6 is actually it is 0 0 1 1 0, which we have seen in the previous example. I'm taking the same value, just I'm exchanging the signs because it will be easy for us to verify the answer. You can try out with any number, you'll get the answer, but you should follow the steps. Now this is -6, the -6 you have to find the 2's complement of the 6 and you will be getting, this is the -6, this is the 2's complement of the +6. Now what I have to do, I have to find, next stage is going to tell, I have to find the new q, that is q dash. To find the q dash, what you have to do is you have to add a 0, you have to assume there is a 0 and find the pair of this based on the truth table. When it is both the values are same, the answer is 0. When it is moving from 0 to 1, it is -1. When it is moving from 1 to 0, it is +1. When it is moving from 0 to 1, it is -1, and when both are same, it's 0. So now my new q is 0, -1, +1, -1 and 0. It's mandatory to mention the sign of the each bit except 0, because that sign is the key thing which is going to change the values. Let's see how to do the multiplication. So when we are performing a multiplication, again you take up 0 1 1 0 1, that is m, and 0 -1 +1 -1 and 0, which is a new q. And let's perform the multiplication. As like before, we have to find the each partial product for 2n bits. So m is multiplied with 0, as like before, it remains as it is 0, and the sign of that number, this partial product is 0. So remaining all bits which I have highlighted in blue is 0 because the sign is 0. Next, I have to multiply m with -1. We have already seen what is -1. If you are going to multiply m with -1, that is the negative version of the same. So that will be 1 0 0 1 1. This is the 2's complement of this, and let's write that. And you can see here sign bit of that is 1, so the extension will be 1 1 1 1. Next, multiply this with positive value, +1. So m remains as it is, and now what I got? So 1 1 0 1 and sign bit is 0, extension is zeros. Next, again -1, the same answer will come, but number of bits will be reduced. So I got 1 1 0 0 1 and sign bit is 1, so extensions will be 1 1. Next it is 0, so if I add 0 over here, then find the final product. So when you are finding the final product, 0 will be 0 1, and it is 1 and 1, it is 1 0, carry will be 1, and I am going to write 0 over here, and carry 1 plus 1 is 1 0 again, I am going to write 0 here, and carry will be 1, and carry is already 1 plus 2, it is 3, I am writing 1 here, and carry is 1. Again 1 plus 2, it is 3, I am writing 1 here, and carry will be 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, I am writing 0 here, carry will be 1. And here already 2 bits are there, carry is 1, so it is 3. 1 I am writing here, and 1 will be carry. Again it is 2 plus 1, it is 1, and carry will be 1. Again it is 2 plus 1, it is 1, carry is there, I will not consider it because I am only bothered about positive 2n bits. If there is any more than 2n bits, you need not to worry, ignore the remaining all bits whatever it's going to generate. So this is the negative 78. So we know what is 78 in the previous discussion, positive 78. If you find the 2's complement of that, you will get the answer, it's a negative 78. This is what is negative 78 is. We will see third case where multiplicand is negative and multiplier is positive. So now I made 13 as negative and 6 as positive, answer is negative 78. So now the negative version of 13 should be found. So this is the 2's complement version of 13, and 6 is a positive value, it remains as it is. Now I am going to find the new q. This is from the first case, like I am adding implied 0, it is 0 minus 1, 0 plus 1, and 0. So this is what is the new q. Let's find the multiplication of negative 13 and 6. Now what I will do is, here I will first go with a 0, and as like before I am going to extend to 10 bits. Now negative 1 and negative 13, what is the answer? When you are multiplying minus into minus, negative into negative, the answer should be positive. So now I should get 13, positive 13, which we know the value, it is 0 1 1 0 1. Now I am going to write it is 13. Now you can see the sign of the positive 13 is 0. That's why I am marking the remaining bits as 0. Next, I am getting the next partial product will be with 0, and it is going to negative 13 is multiplied with positive 1. Of course, when you are multiplying negative with positive, the answer will be in negative. So it is 1 1 0 0 1. So the sign of that number is 1. So what happens now? It is 1 1. Extension bits are 1 1. Next, I am having 0. So you will get zeros in the next partial product. Finally, find the final product. The final product will be 0 as it is, 1 0, 1 plus 1 is 0, carry is 1, and plus 2 it is 3, 1 and carry is 1, and there is no bits over here, I have written 1 here and 0 over here, so I have written 0 and 1 1 1, and this is negative 78, which we got even by multiplying positive 13 and negative 6 in the previous case. Let's see the final case where both multiplier and multiplicand is negative. So when you are multiplying negative with negative, answer should be positive. But according to the algorithm, first you have to find the 2's complement of the operands when they are negative. So both are negative. I found the 2's complement of m and q and apply the both recoding table to get the new q. The new q is 0 to 0 it is 0, 0 to 1 it is minus 1, 1 to 0 it is positive 1, and 0 to 1 it is negative 1, and 1 to 1 it is 0. Next, let's find the multiplication of m and q. So now it is multiplying with negative 13 with new q. So as like before, we have to have a 10 bits. So when it is multiplied with m is multiplied with 0, answer is 0. And now m is going to multiply with negative 1, negative 13 and negative 1, the answer will be positive 13. So I'll be getting a positive 13. The sign bit is 0 and it is extended with 0. And next I'm having positive 1. Positive 1 means what? It is going to multiply with positive 1 with negative multiplicand. The answer is negative only. So I got negative 1 as negative answer, and the sign bit of that is 1. So the extended bits are 1 1 1. Next I am going to multiply the negative with negative. I should get the answer positive. So I got the positive, the sign bit is 0 and the extended bits are 0. Next I am going to multiply with 0, so answer remains 0. Finally let's find the product. Now you can check out 0, it is 1, 1 and it is 3, 3 means 1 and carry is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, 0 and carry is 1 and 1 plus 1 is 0, carry is 1 and 3, 2 plus 1 is 3, so 1 is here and the carry is 1, 1 plus 1 is 0, carry is 1, 1 plus 1 is 0, carry is 1, 1 plus 1 is 0, carry is 1, but we are not going to consider the last carry because we are interested in only 2n bits. This is positive 78 which we got in the case 1, that is 2 plus 4 plus 8, it is 14 plus 64, 78. This is how Booth algorithm used for multiplying a signed multiplicands and multiplier. It is nothing but it's going to be used for signed operands. And this is the textbook I have used to explain these concepts. Thank you.